Happy Sunday. Welcome to Make It Work podcast with Zara and Maya. In this podcast, we discuss marriage life. And today's topic is love language. Yani lugha ya mapenzi kwa wanandoa. Ni zipi hayo lugha ya mapenzi katika ndoa?
Umeanza na Kiswahili.
Kote tu.
But I can say love language has a lot of branches. When you talk of love language, we look at too many things that married people use to spur their marriage. Am I on the same page?
Yeah.
I can talk of gift. This one a form of love language you can use to spur your marriage life. When you buy, let's say, if you go for a shopping, you buy clothes for your spouse, you go buy shoes for your spouse, you buy a belt for your spouse,
a vest, boxers.
But but women, this where they go wrong. Women, if they buy for you some 2 boxers and
and socks,
no socks,
not a piece.
That year,
if you do one mistake,
you are being reminded everything.
After everything I've done for you.
This is how you want to repay me. How you want to pay me after everything I've done for you.
But honestly, women are the best. Kwa kununua, that one I know. Because ukitembea unaona this one fits my man. You buy, hata unajua size yake kwa kichwa chako. Lakini you people, it's not easy. By the si wanaume wote ununua like not like wote like percentage ya wachache sana.
It is also not our mistake. Sometimes we think a lot of things. We don't focus on gifts.
Those things you are supposed to be tunafaa tuenda ni katikati hizo things you are thinking of.
But I'm thinking to take it to buy. How do you want me to think of a cloth when I'm thinking of a visa and also thinking of a air ticket? So let me think my thoughts. Let me think my things.
Okay.
But on a serious note, gifts, that's a form of a love language you can use to spur your marriage. If you buy gifts, not buying gifts alone, but do gifts awfully. Don't do once, twice, but make it a habit. Hata kama ni sweet ya 10 bob, hata kama ni lollipop ya 10 bob. Let you not be told to do it. Just feel.
Unajua kama hujazoea sikenye tunaona utashtua partner wako because he or she is not used to these things. So sikenye umekuja na sweet, I'm like ni nani because I'm not used to. So inafaa ikuwe a habit. That's the way you say.
It should be a habit. When you have something, just do it because of her or do it because of him. Don't wait to be reminded, hey, this year you've not even brought me anything. Ama you've not bought me. It should be a habit.
Baka sikenye umenunua na kuangalia temperature, are you okay? Umeambiwa lini uko kwenye umetoka. But it's okay.
But for me, I do try. Even if I forget sometimes. I'm a man. I do forget. But that's one I can say a love language one can have or use. The other one is physical touch. This one is neglected so much when let's say we've stayed in a marriage for some time. It might be an habit when people start, but as time goes by, some men tend to make it remove it from the daily routine. You should touch your wife once in a while. Let's say if she's cooking, you can you can have a simple touch on the butt. You do a spank and just make sure you touch your wife whenever, not touching like beating, but
let's
be gentle. Let's say I'm not advocating for beating wives, but do
for spanking.
Those kind of love language. You joke with the hair, you joke with thing you feel nice to joke with in a woman. And also you women, I think I don't even think, because it is really nice to have touch the hair. If your man is bald, massage the bald.
But
the bald head.
in that part of touching, like touching your man or your woman. Okay, what I know is, according to how I understand, kuna wanawake, most of the women wanapenda kuguza baby ona. But sasa come to men, unapata tu mtu tu akona hasira tu kila saa, unajua unamapproach aje. Mtu tu sura yake tu
you know when you are starting,
yana shaka sirika video, unashinda how will you approach your man?
Because if you are in a marriage, you should treat your woman like a friend. As men also, there we go wrong. You know, sometimes pia unaweza toka mjengo, you come out from hustling, then things happen outside there. When we come back, then we need some gentle touch.
Kuna wale wanaume siji wa Jose, na depend na venye ule lelewa katika maybe your home mama usiji. Kwa sababu unaona maybe ukimgusa like anaweza kusukuma, ametoka kazini, kile unataka kuonyesha mapenzi, muhag, welcome, can even push you aside.
Let me tell you something. Nobody
unashindwa ajazoea ama.
No, let me tell you something. Nobody can resist change. It is you. How do you approach this kind of my man, I feel nice when I do this. I would like to do this, like touching my beard, you see. Maybe at first it might seem awkward, then as we talk about it, then it comes easy. It doesn't just go like that. As like for example, I might have my cultural ways or behaviors which doesn't allow this kind of love language to prosper. Then if I will discuss this out, no, my husband, this is how I feel when I'm around you, this is how I want it to be, let me try this. You don't expect things to happen on a day or on a fortnight, but progressively. That's why we are talking of love language. It should be something communicable.
Sasa kama ni wale wenye it's hard for them to change, like you tried, unajua pia wanaweza fika mahali sasa hapo unapata mtu anaanza kutoka nje.
But
huyo mtu she finds mostly ni men. Sasa na find it hard ku change kuja hii side unataka kwenda.
But you
in that part of romance,
you know, you also ladies, you undergo same. Some men also say, I try touching my wife, she complains.
Yeah, I know, but mostly.
But mostly it's men, I understand. But for sure, if we talk to each other nicely, to communicate this kind of things,
so just try.
Of course everything you try in a marriage, you know, I was not born with you, and also we were not born together, we are not siblings, so we find these things when we are staying with each other. See, there's things you like, there are things you don't like. I am not an angel to know them. I should or I must just discuss things with them. Sometimes I might see something wrong you are doing, then how do I approach you? That's how communication comes by. But if you don't do it in a lovely manner, then we are bound to crack or break. But as you know, this is make it work. We are trying to make it work.
As the name suggests.
That is it.
Okay.
So I think that part of physical touch should occur. And also, how will you like making love? You know, when you want to make love, physical touch must be there. Cannot just come from outside then jump like a dog or like an animal. It's not possible. So this kind of things, you know, there are sometimes you might try, then you find it is also your partner like it.
Like
you never know.
Like the one of making love. I think that is the most key even in a marriage.
That is it.
It's very important.
Very much important. So I think these things, if your man or your woman find it difficult, then talk it out.
Even cuddling, it's not that's
a physical touch.
Yeah, true.
So those are things.
There's a chill too.
Like you enjoy those kind of touches. You see. And the other one I can say is words of affirmation. Very much important. Making assurance to your woman or to your man. It is advisable to give your spouse assurities. for example, show her or tell her how much you love him or how much you love her. Say, praise the mode of dress code. Maybe, how do I look? You say, look nice in it, you know. Yeah, and make sure you praise you compliment your spouse, and also you give him or her words of affirmation. If you love your spouse, tell your spouse. If you miss your spouse, tell your spouse. So these are the kind of affirmations I can talk about.
Okay, on that part of love, how often are we supposed to tell our spouse how much you love? Do you think I love you? The exact word I love you, nakupenda you. How often are we supposed to say it in a marriage?
For me, if you feel it should not have a maximum account or a minimum account.
Not every time, right?
Yani, if you feel you want to say it, say it. You should say it to your spouse, because some people take it for granted, but it is not. It should be said most often in a marriage. Another one I can say, act of service. I can say act of service entails helping your woman to do chores like washing, cooking, you see. Yes. For example, you can find one day your woman is sick, because as men we presume, a society presume cooking is for women, which is true, a fact. That's a fact. It is for women. There are jobs for men and there are jobs for women, but we can cross sometimes. We can cross how? If your partner needs help, you should cross and help her. For example, cooking. She's sick. You should go get into that kitchen, cook and serve your woman, you know. And there's sometimes providing is for men. That's a fact. But if in case your man is sick, or one of these days loses his job, what should you do as a woman?
Help.
When you are capable, help. You know. Yeah. So this act of service also do spice up love language in a marriage. That's what I can say in a nutshell.
Okay. What about the tone? Do you think the tone is also there?
Yeah. Very important. Very much important.
Yani sauti.
The tone should be, even if you are annoyed. Sometimes try. I know it is hard, but one should really try to focus on the tone. If in case somebody is annoyed, or let's say has a problem, and you as a spouse, you should know that this my other half has a problem. How should I approach it? Kama mwanamke sana nyinyi mkuwe na sauti nyororo. You are not men. Please.
Sauti ya kunyenyekea.
Well, you are not men. Please. Do you know how strong a woman voice is? A woman voice deceived somebody called Samson to fall.
Delilah. The story of Delilah.
The story of Delilah. So your voices has a lot of power. If in case I'm annoyed, or I met 1, 2, 3 challenges outside there, use your tone to calm me down. See?
And then again, as marriage people, you should understand your spouse. Like, yes. For example, kama wewe ni mwanamke, unamuelewa mume wako kivipi? Kama unajua akikasirika yuko hivi, so wewe mwenyewe unajua utajishusha kiasi gani yenye naweza calm down. So hivi umeona juu sana, sasa wewe unajua sauti unapaswa kutumia, ama unyamaze, ama umpe time. Kuna hiyo sauti unasema kunyenyekea, sauti ya unyonge, unaweza zungumza naye. Alafu sauti pia inalingana unatumia wapi. Kuna ile sauti pia hiyo ya kimahaba, hiyo hutumika wapi haswa? Maybe kwa bedroom. Kuna sauti ya bedroom. Kuna hiyo sauti ya kuomba msamaha kama ulikuwa umemkosea. Unaona sasa sauti yenyewe kweli important. Very important.
Sauti, I concur with you. In fact, I agree with you 101%. In fact, most of marriages fail because of a tone. See, you could see somebody has annoyed you, then how do you approach this guy?
Jamaa nasikia ni wote sasa mko juu. Mume yuko juu, mwanamke pia yuko juu. Na unapata paka hata mkikosana kwa nyumba hadi wa majirani wote wanajua kweli hao wamekosana. Ina sauti iko juu. Kuna vile hiyo unaweza kuwa mmekosana alafu ghafla mpate mgeni. Kuna venye mnaweza sote hata mgeni atajua kama mmekosana. Mmezungumza vizuri, na yeye mpaka yakatoka mpaka yajua kumbe walikuwa na misunderstanding hajajua. Sasa kisha toka tunasema acha tuendelee sasa na pili tuliachia. Hivi na hivi ulifanya sikuwa nimependezwa nayo. Hiyo ni sauti sasa unaona. Unajua sasa ile mpaka umekacha tension wa majirani wote wamekuja wameona kweli nyumba kana tatizo nini. Hiyo pia ni si nzuri. Alafu pia watoto pia wanakuwa so wanaona venye okay sasa watu kigombana wanapaswa kwa hivi. Ndio unajua wazazi wetu wanagombana hivi na hivi. Sasa yeye pia anapokuwa anajua tu.
That is it.
One day pia anakuwa na familia.
Atafanya hivyo. Just to maybe close by is another love language I can say is quality time. Spend some quality time with your spouse. One of these 5 days. No matter how busy you are, kindly spare some time, even if it is 1 hour, spend with your spouse.
Not 1 hour. Just say specify days. For example, with the same like from Sunday to a Sunday you are busy, then you want to give your spouse 1 hour. Like what about the kids, your wife? Kila mtu anahitaji wakati wake. When I give you the whole day, I will be losing money, which you need in this marriage. So, so it means you're choosing money over your marriage. I know women love attention. That is a fact. And we've proven that beyond reasonable doubt. Women love attention. Despite that, too, the little I can create, I make sure it is a quality time. You see, some of us are busy outside there. But you cannot be busy for the person you love. Lazima create time for them. I accept. Like if you're a family man, your kids needs you, your wife needs you, then all of them needs you. Kuna ile time yenye you're supposed to be with your wife alone, right? Then kuna ile wakati wa maybe watoto tu wanataka ucheze nao. Lazima ucheze na watoto pia wajue dadi akikuja kwa nyumba ni hivi na hivi. Fai kupotelea sana because they need your presence. Then again kuna hiyo time ya wao wote. That's quality time. Maybe you decide a day you want to take them out, all your family. Then maybe kuna ile time you just want to be you and your wife. So you see, you need to not just 1 hour. 1 hour. I meant ladies 1 hour. Comment. Spending quality time doesn't mean 1 hour, but what I mean, the little time the few hours I designate for you, it should be enough. So in a nutshell, that is what I mean. But spending quality time is a must. Women also should create some time. You see, there's some, they call themselves working class women. Every time office work, then weekends you are doing your chores. It's not good. Spend some time with your spouse. Have some time out and see your marriage work. There you have it. See you next time. Same place, same time. Bye. Ta-da!